Hey guys, welcome back. I haven't been doing much with the Falcon coupe. I've been putting all my time into the Escort. So in the Escort I've installed that Haltech ECU and I've done the initial wiring up the ECU to the engine, and that was all good, but then I got to the point where I had to get the engine to run to save myself the dramas that when I take it to get dyno tune, there's less that they have to do. So I called Haltech in Sydney and I got a hold of a guy called Matt. Does all the wiring. I think might do the tuning for Benny's Custom Works, his YouTube channel, if some of you might know him. So yeah, I've got the Escort to the point now where I can drive it. It's got an auto tune set up, so it does its own thing, but I need to get a proper dyno tune, but I can't afford it at the moment. I've got this block of land and I found a house that I want and a big shed, so that's going to slow me down financially. But yeah, so over the last 5 days I've been getting stuck into the coupe here and stripped this thing before. Stripping this thing back. It's got a bit of damage on that corner I can fix. And then someone's put a tow bar recess there. Probably a lot of crap, I don't know what that is, but yeah, all good. Yeah, so I'll go back to where I left off. I've got this full rubber kit, rare spares, and I put the boot seal in, closed the boot, the gaps are sweet, fitted the rear bumper on, it's pretty badly rusted, and yeah, it's unreal. It's really come together good. Like if you go back from the earlier videos, you see that I've done a lot of work in this area. Like the boot seal area is completely rusted out. So yeah, it's definitely a win-win now. Like I'm looking back at the work I've done and it's starting to pay off now. Yeah, so strip this back to bare metal. This side's really good. This corner here looks like it's had a hit. So I've just got in behind it and knocked it out a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to use a little bit of filler, I reckon. I was thinking about loading it up with weld, but I'll just use a bit of filler, knock it out a bit more. Then yeah, looks like this car, because I think this is original, it's burnt orange. So it looks like they've had a tow bar in this car at one stage. It's got holes here too. So I'll have to get some cold roll mild steel and fix that up, and then I'll give it a coat of epoxy back and front, and they'll fit it back on the car. Yeah, so then I can move on to other stuff, but I'm really a bit stuffed at the moment. As you know, in the last video I was talking about how I was going to do this splines bodywork course at Mellomotive in Gosford. Unfortunately, due to COVID, they've had to postpone the course, so that was like over a month ago the course is meant to be on. So I've been sort of hanging tight. I've been working on the Escort anyway, so it didn't really matter like how soon to do the course, but got to the point now with the Escorts, I don't want to do anything more to that car for a while. Can't afford it, but so I decided to can doing the course, don't worry about it. So I rang up Mellomotive and said, look, can I just, rather than doing the course, can I just use the money that I was using with the course to buy like products and stuff? So I bought the 3M Platinum body filler, plus this Resto Finish polyester primer filler. So basically you get the splines and you put excessive amounts of filler onto the panels, say for around here, you put excessive on, then you use the splines to get it off, then you can use the filler over it. And then I've got onto another web page in Queensland called the Sandpaper Man, and you buy sandpaper really cheap. I know the 3M sandpaper's the best, and that's what this Mellomotive sell, but you can get like 25 meters of 120 grit roll, 7 centimeters wide, 70 mil wide, for around 70 bucks or something. So it's not as good as the 3M, but I've used it in the Escort, it was great. But I don't know how it's going to go with a polyester spray filler. I think that's it's a bit more coarse, but wait and see. So yeah, got a lot of products coming, so once all that stuff turns up, then I can start doing the bodywork. So I'll I'll start with probably the boot. I'll start with these sections here, either side, and I'll do the boot. Then I can do the boot seal area and just go over everything. And yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people in Australia are in lockdown at the moment, but luckily we're not in lockdown in my area, in the Hunter Valley. And my job, working in mining, is an essential service, they call it. So yeah, it's all good for me, but yeah, a lot of people suffering out there, and feel for them. So what I've done, I've got this cold rolled steel. For anyone that doesn't know, you can buy it, or this place here in Roman Terrace. It's basically just sheets of mild steel, less than a millimetre thick, really good for doing rust repairs and stuff. So all I do, I buy a sheet of it, use these snips, and then I've just put the metal behind it, use a lead pencil, mark it out, and basically sits in there like so. So I had to bend it to get this shape here, and then I put a little lip on the bottom there to marry up with that lip on there, so should work out good. I'm up bright and early. It's damn windy out there at the moment, but I've noticed it's starting to warm up in the mornings now, so just makes it easy to get up earlier. So what I've done, I finished rolled it up under there, fixed that up, and then I've just test fitted this out. So I haven't got holes in here for the stone guard to pull up. You can see there where it's meant to go on. But what I'll do, I'll take this back off. I'll run a tap through those little clips there. The threads will be all rusty. So this is where the damage occurred over here, but it's pretty good. It's not too bad now. Just got to move it around a bit. So I've got this kit. Found a tap that works. Just running it through. Pulling the threads up. I got on the rare spares last night, and I'm just going through all the parts I need for this car. And there's a lot of stuff I already have, but it needs refurbished and tidied up and stuff. But stuff like seat belts, little interior bits and pieces, interior light, all that sort of stuff. And I was going to start creating a list and adding all the stuff I need, but it's really too early for that. Because when the time comes, when the car's painted and it's sitting there on stands, I'll have a massive big table set up in here, and then I could have the wiring loom laid out and I can start going through it all, because I got the complete wiring loom for this car, but I'll have to go through it and make sure it's sweet. But this car didn't have a real lot of kilometres on it. It was around 230,000 or something, which isn't a lot compared to all the cars these days, but some of the parts in the dash are in really good condition. Like just stuff like the clear perspex stuff they use on the clusters, faded, that sort of stuff. But yeah, going through the rare spares last night, shit's gonna add up really fast. It's gonna get real expensive, so when the time comes, I'm really gonna have to explore my options of what I can do and how I can fix up and make gaskets and whatever I can do myself. But I'll show you the motor I've got for it. Yeah, so here's the motor out of the car. 302. Still has its original untouched bores, hasn't been rebought or anything. Yeah, it looks like it has been running coolant in it for a period of time. It's pretty rusty. It's the block's blue, rocket cover's orange. So yeah, looking at photos of people's original Falcon 500s, and yeah, that's looks like it's the norm. Still got the original carburetor. Yeah, remember me old man when we had a Falcon wagon back in the day. We had this same motor in it, and yeah, remember he had a lot of troubles with the carburetors. But yeah, I won't be putting that back on. So yeah, well, that's where I'm up to with that. But I'll show you a little quick video of when I first brought this car home. My son, I looked at my son's TikTok, and he happened to do a video of it when I first bought it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
God.
just had an unfortunate event in the Escort. I tried going out for lunch with my son, and yeah, the Haltech ECU in it hasn't been properly tuned. They set it up to have like an auto tune, but I think it's starting to tune the engine so it's too lean. Not so much at high RPM, but at low RPM, and the engine it's never liked running lean. I don't know why. I mean, proper air fuel ratio, it just doesn't like to run it. So yeah, it's got too lean. It kept stalling, and yeah, going into town, it kept stalling all the time, and got to a point where it was pretty hard to get it going again. So yeah, I think I'll have to just park it up for a bit and focus on working on this for now. So I've got the dolly and the hammer here, and I've just been, there's a bit of side swipe damage down here, so I've just knocked it out. It's heaps better now, and I've got this spline here. I've got the number 1, and just going over it and just seeing it's really close now. There's a bit of a spot, bit of a low there, but it's really good. So what I've been doing, well, one of my friends come over here, and he's got an SLR 5000, and yeah, he's had a look at this for me and let me know of his opinion. But looking at the gaps here, and the gap here's, it's pretty good. But over here, we're starting to open up a little bit down bottom, and I think it's where I put this new lower skin along the bottom of this door. So what I've done, I'll just put a bit of little overlaying welds on that, and then I'll just dress it back. So yeah, the gap's pretty good now. It's about 6mm, it closes up to about 5, up to about 4 up here. So compared to the other side, they're pretty close, but my mate reckons I'm getting too critical. He reckons I'm getting too critical about it, but I know, I just that sort of shit gets to me. Door gaps, but I know these cars back in the day, they weren't very good anyway. But yeah, that's rear stone guard, it's in good now. I'll put these little 3-inch exhaust tips there just to see how it looks. I'm not going to be running 3-inch exhaust on this, probably 2.5-inch. But yeah, it's pretty good. So I'll have to wrap it up for the day. Got heaps done. This bonnet opens and closes now, but the hinges, they need lubing up properly, because every time you close it, you're having to push down on here. So yeah, I'll have to grease the joins up and just see how they are. But I think you can buy a kit for them and put new pins and that in the linkages and that. So I might have to do that yet, but that's something I can worry about later. Yeah, the other day I went to my cousin's place, and her husband and their family, they collect old Mustangs and old Falcons, and they've been doing it for years. So I've been wanting to, they were living up Queensland for a while, and they recently moved back down here a few years ago, but I've been meaning to go over there. I haven't been over there for a while, but I've been wanting to bring the GoPro with me and do a video of these cars. And yeah, I had the opportunity the other day, and yeah, it's just really good to go over there and look at these cars again. But he's got an XT GT, white, beautiful car, and he's got an XY GT replica and an XY GT, like a genuine car, and it comes from Newcastle. Beautiful car, and he's an absolute purist. He doesn't muck around when it comes to doing things right. He wants everything to be like it was from factory. Doesn't like buying reproduction parts. Everything's original. So he's been doing the car a long period of time, and yeah, just the workmanship and the attention to detail is just unreal. And because I wanted to go the all Ford day, I was going to bring the Escort, but yeah, that got cancelled. So I was pretty bummed about that. So yeah, going to my cousin's place and having a look at the cars is, yeah, it's really inspiring. And I'll put a little video up of me going over there on my brother. But yeah, I've had to edit out his face. He didn't want it. He's very private. He doesn't get on Facebook and stuff. So yeah, I had to edit out his face, and yeah, I haven't got proper editing tools. I've only been using my phone, and yes, they're very limited what you can do. So I tried getting on my laptop and doing editing, but I'm just hopeless at that. Struggle. So yeah, and yeah, I put a little clip up the Escort when I first recently put the new cams in, new ECU. I'd done a little video of it. So yeah, hopefully next time I show you the video, I'll start on the bodywork. So
talking. That's a 351. That's a rare car. Factory 351 Grande. They were like a Fairlane, but C6 auto, 31 spline diff, staggered shocks. So it's pretty rare. Full option aircon.
Wow.
Yeah.
They run a Clevo?
Yeah, 4V clean. Same motors. What's in that?
Yeah.
That's original mileage trim.
Beautiful.
No, Grande, yeah, right.
Yeah, so they were pretty
Like
cool.
an up spec.
Yeah, I've just got to put the aircon back on it and the
Sweet.
that's a supercharged late model one.
Oh yeah.
600 horsepower that thing.
Oh wow. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So what's this? What's this under here?
And it's in 94.
That car Dad's had since about 83 or 4, and we had low oil pressure and I pulled the engine out of it. And we had an argument on to put a hot motor in it, and he didn't want to.
Look at the paint.
You got that's 30-year-old, 25-year-old paint that,
Wow.
and that's 60,000 mile car, original. And we had a stalemate, we had an argument. I wanted to put a hot motor in, I wanted to put a,
So it's a bit of a sore subject.
and I was trying to buy it off him. Anyway, he won. I had to sign on the receipt. I was to put a standard motor in.
Wow. So this is a replica XY, is it?
Yeah, that's the next one.
What colour's that? It's not.
That's
It's
that late model.
it's not a burnt orange colour, is it?
Bionic or whatever they call it. The EF colour.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much ready to go.
I was going to put a motor in it and that sort of shit, but yeah.
Beautiful. Nice, nice.
It's got this out of Singleton.
Oh, so this is the XE.
That's my boy. It's original paint and all that, but
Yes.
no rust at all.
Yeah, it's a rare.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, look at the interior.
Original trim,
Wow.
good trim in it.
Beautiful. Mark's dream car.
Oh,
I
it's
was
just
looking at the old Dick Johnson videos last night.
got a couple of dents and that around it, but yeah, cool.
Oh, so here's the gem. This is the latest XY GT.
That one's, yeah, I'll bring it down.
Oh, so you got the motor in?
Yeah.
Wow, it's mint.
I've got, yeah, true there, it's 600 watt, 600 right through it to, in case I want to put what's in there.
So from memory, you had a lot of the original Ford parts to go into this car.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's original GT, so the motor's tougher, but everything else is, well, just everything original, no reproduction in it.
It's hard to try
The paint on this is beautiful
A
too.
couple of marks, but this was the first 2-pack paint job done out of Costa Bodyworks. It's painted at the Ford dealership there.
Yeah, right.
It's an old paint job now, but
Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Nice.
that's original.
Original door trim.
No, that's reproduction.
So the seats are retrimmed?
They're new old stock Ford material.
Oh,
Found
nice.
that out in Queensland. Yeah, it cost me a fortune, but
I was going to end the video there. I started uploading the video, then I selected the wrong frame setting. So yeah, the picture looked really small on the screen. But yeah, that was done over a week ago, that video. I finished it off. But yeah, the last few days have been pretty hectic. I worked 3 12-hour shifts at the mine I'm at, and then my older brother's been looking for an XC Falcon for a while now, and he's been having a few problems finding them, because as you know, on like most of the time now when you go to buy cars, there's not much loyalty, so you find a car you like, and then at your given next opportunity, you tell the person you want to buy it, and then within 12 hours or whatever, the car's sold. So my brother's been looking for an XC Falcon. He wants a wagon, but we found a sedan at my cousin's place that video I put up a short time ago. So we went and had a look at it, but it had a fair bit of rust in it, but it had a really good interior, and he would have gave it to us at a good price. But my brother wanted something that's like a little bit, like it's got less rust in it, it's got a good interior, and he really does want a wagon. That's his taste. So he's been looking for a while, and he's been struggling to find a decent version, and then finding one where the buyer's willing to wait 2-3 days for us to go pick it up, because yeah, it's just been difficult. He finds a car, then it just sells. So he found this Falcon wagon at Wagga Wagga, and the dude selling it was, yeah, he's really good. So yeah, you end up scoring at 3.5 grand. Yeah, I probably should have. You alright?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if they were white, if they were right. Are they 4-speed? Late model diff.
Nice.
Front end disc brake training. What's this? He's got a Chevy in it. No. Ford. Got to be Ford. Yes.
And so what we done done our day shift weekend on the Monday morning. We got up early, and my brother's got a BMW X5 V8 2011 model, and yeah, we just hired a car float because he hasn't got electric brakes, so I couldn't use the trailer we've got here. Plus the trailer's a bit short anyway, but so early Monday morning we got in his X5, hired a trailer. We went over, because of this COVID restriction, we couldn't go anywhere near Western Sydney, or at least at the time we thought we couldn't. So we go the M1, motorway, M2, M7, Hume Highway, straight to Wagga, or close to Wagga. So we're going to do that, and then the night before it, we tried looking it up and read instructions about COVID, and it said that the way it sounded like you couldn't go through Western Sydney, so we ended up going through over the mountains, over past Pecolbin, the vineyards, Jerry's Plains, out Cowra, Bathurst, and beautiful roads. It was all good, but the trouble is that it put our trip out for by probably a couple of hours, so it took us a bit longer. But yeah, we got to Wagga, no dramas, went and had a look at this Falcon wagon, and yeah, it's really good. Just it's a Ford Falcon XE wagon, 83 model, S-Pack, silver, very little rust, few dings here and there, but it's so much better in this coupe. Yeah, just got all the foundations for a really good potential car. So yeah, the body's really good. The interior's not too bad, just needs a good clean up. The seats, I reckon the seats will come up really good. Just need to pull the seats apart, get the covers off, and give them a really good clean. Probably repack them with foam underneath the seats because the foam's gone. The carpet, even the carpet looks really good, but most people generally replace them. But the hood lining's really good. There's only one little tear, but he's going to take the hood lining off anyway, because as you know, anyone with XCs knows that they get a bit of problems with the roof rusting, but this has got nothing. It's got the original Falcon 6, like the 6-cylinder alloy head. Weber carby. But yeah, it runs. Drove it on the trail, no problems. It's got the C4 3-speed Cruiser-matic, same as the coupe. Borg Warner diff. Yeah, so yeah, he's pretty stoked. So yeah, we put it on the trailer. Drove the car on the trailer, no dramas, all sweet. And then the fella took us out his shed and he had like a Falcon wagon, like a Falcon panel van sitting out the back, registered. And then when he got to know us, you know, as you know, when you go to someone's house, yeah, like sometimes they've got the expensive cars and stuff in the sheds and they don't always want to show you, but I built a bit of rapport with him and told him that we're both ex-cops. And then, yeah, he let us go into his shed and he had a XB GS panel van, red, absolutely beautiful, like it's original, hasn't been repainted, really nice car. Then behind that he had XB GS sedan 4-door sitting up in a hoist. And then we got talking more, and then he took us to his other shed and he had a 1937 Ford, it's like a 2-door hot rod looking thing, uses for weddings. And yeah, beautiful car. Then behind that he had XP 4-door sedan Falcon, the 500 horsepower Cleveland, capable of doing 11s apparently. A Valley Ute, another Cortina, yeah, unreal. So that was good, but then it all turned to shit after that. We got the X5 BMW and we drove out the road, and out Wagga, this road had no signage telling us that there's a dipper, and we drove into this dipper. It was pretty rough, and then straight out of that we hit this damn pothole, and the X5 BMW's got these 21-inch low profile wheels on it, really look nice. But yeah, we hit this pothole hard, and I said to Mark, I said, oh, there's a bit of a shudder in the car, it seems. And he goes, oh, I don't know, it might just be something else. I didn't think much of it, whatever. So we got on Hume Highway, got up to 100 kilometres an hour, going sweet. All of a sudden, bang, the car got into this horrible bloody, this started swerving all over the road. So the stability control kicked in because it sensed that one of the tyres was losing traction and literally blew out. So when we hit the pothole, we actually buckled the rim and blew the tyre. So it just fractured it and then it just blew out. So we pull off the side of the road, you could hardly tell, it was just bad conditions, raining or starting to rain, foggy and that. So pull into a servo, no dramas. And then, jack the car up, put the Space Saver wheel on it, which is really narrow and it's limited to 80 kilometres an hour. So we had to drive like 500 kilometres at 80 kilometres an hour. So it's pretty hectic, especially since we've been up since like 7 o'clock that morning. So yeah, it was a long trip home. But then, yeah, we've seen this, this dude was towing a car float and he had like this GQ Patrol on and he was flying, went straight past us. And the trailer he's towing where the GQ Patrol was on, the tyres on the back, was blown out, and it was just metal on road, sparks coming off. The back of the trailer was actually scuffing out on the road. It was like a scene out of Dash Cams Australia or like a police video in America where they put the spikes down and the car stand stop. It was unreal. I couldn't believe it. I wish I had the GoPro. I just filmed it with my phone. So yeah, I'll show you that footage now. The end of that, and then we drove the car home, no dramas, got the Falcon off the trailer, and then I end up my brother's got a spare rim for that X5 in his shed, but it's also buckled. That's the way he bought it. He got it cheap, like $50 or something. But so he ended up he brought the car over here in the morning, and then when I woke up from sleeping half the day, he pulled the wheel off, we got the tyre off, and then I just got straight to the bare bones, found the crack. Complete catastrophic failure. Crack there. Was that another crack, Mark, or just the one?
I think it's got more cracks. I reckon I've buckled the rim going through that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely buckled it.
Look at that. Cracked. New crack there.
That's where it's welded.
Yep, new crack there, big massive crack there.
This will keep on happening. This won't stop.
Yeah, nasty crack right down the inside the rim here. So we're just going to get the, we haven't got a TIG welder for welding aluminium, so I'm just going to use the MIG welder. With MIG wire it's not going to be as good, but I've opened the gap right up to get plenty of penetration, so see how we go. Took the crack out completely, so it's a massive gap in the rim, and then I just got the MIG welder, aluminium wire with argon CO2 mix. I just turned the amps right up, and I just got maximum penetration, put a lot of weld in there, but it's never going to be as good as a proper TIG welder. That was never the intention, but it was enough to get the rim fixed, put another tyre on it for now, and then he's got another rim, the shed, he's going to get that professionally fixed, put a tyre on it, and then possibly putting these special sensors on the valves on the tyres. So the problem is, yeah, you hit these low profile tyres, you get a puncture and you don't even know they're low. So the car's got a sensor where it can tell that the tyres, like, something's not right, and it tells you in the car, but it's not early enough. So put these sensors on the tyres, you know when you're getting low, it gets getting low, and you can pull up, do something about it. But apart from the B&W drama, yeah, being getting stuck into the Falcon. This boot, basically I put the 3M Platinum body filler, and then I've used the splines, all these different splines. I've been using them to block the boot, and yeah, it's come out really good. So what I've done, this orange coloured primer, I had them make, like, there's different colours you can get it in, reds, yellows, whites, greys, and that. So what he done, I told him I'm going to be painting this car burnt orange, so they made me a special mix of yeah, orange. So yeah, it looks really nice. But what I've done, I put the 3M Platinum filler down, I've blocked it, got it looking pretty good, and then I've just put this polyester primer filler over it. And all I have to do now is block it, and then you get exposes all the lows and highs. Then I can use this guide coat, which also got 3M stuff. Put the guide coat on it, block it, find out where the lows and highs are, and then deal with them. But yeah, the boot's pretty good. It's not too bad now. But the secret is, like, for how I do it, I just put heaps of bog on. You waste it, but you basically just block it back and you get the desired shape, and then you just put this polyester primer filler over, which is way better than the previous stuff I had, which is like a urethane primer. It's a lot cheaper, the urethane primer, but this polyester primer has built so much better and doesn't shrink as much. So it's just overall, it's just a better foundation. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. But I've got next week off, so I'll just get stuck into this boot, and then I'll continue on. I think I'll do this rear quarter first, because this one's is not too bad. It's only got a few dings here and there, and I'll have to tidy up where I put new arches in it. But once this is done, I'll be able to move on to this side, where this side's had the side swipe damage. I've brought it back, but yeah, it's going to need more work. The back of the car, I removed this bumper. That's all on there looking sweet. The rear stone trays in there good. It'll need some repairs up in there, like I mentioned before, but yeah, it's really good. It's coming together good now. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll do another video probably in a week or 2 weeks' time. I'll see how I go.